Step 1 is collecting leaves, and leaves don't really matter which one you pick as long as they're not too brittle or rotten or filled with mold or bugs. It's preferable that you pick freshly fallen leaves. This is a technique called pulling, and this one was too brittle that when I grabbed and I didn't use it. The second step is cleaning and dethorning Lauhala leaves. First, you will cut the po'olau or base. Next, you would cut the ililau or tip of the leaf. In order to work with the lauhala, you must massage it to break up the fibers. Then you would want to clean from base to tip because the thorns grow towards the tips. When dethorning, you would use the same process as when cleaning. You would start from base to tip, and right now I'm using this blade, but I also use this bamboo cutter. When using bamboo cutter, you have to puncture into the leaf first and go through. It was really tricky at first till I got used to it and I started to be able to be confident. I was a little too confident in my skills and decided to take off more than what was needed from the leaf. Then I continued to massage it, and since there was already a tear right where the mid-rib was, I decided to just cut it off right there. Here I am still cleaning and dethorning the other leaves that I did not do under the tree and started to work on this. I kept switching between the blade and the bamboo cutter as well as taking off my glove and putting it on. You could also take off the middle part with an opihi shell. Found this really fun to do, but it's just a little tricky again because it was my first time handling it. The next step is making koana rolls. Since it was really dry, these leaves, I decided to moisten them, but I found that not working well, so I decided to just get them soaked and submerge them in water. It was a little tricky, but as I keep working with it, it started to moisten and soften. And when you're rolling it, you want to start with the tip because it's more flexible than the base. I clipped it with a clipper. You can also use other stuff, and I just put them in this pool of water. Now you want to soften or flatten the leaves after they've been in the koana rolls for at least a week, and you would do this forward and backward motion until they get making koana or strips. A little difficult, but I like the handheld one better because I can control it more. Making the core of the bracelet is the same as you would do as making the strips. When selecting the core, you want it to be the longest and not too teared. You want to make sure that you cut off the ends that you don't want and that it goes over the thickest part of your hand so that it could fit. Then you just roll it up and make sure you just tape it to keep it in place. But you want to keep a little bit over. But here I just used a pre-stripped and used that to make it to the weave. Starting the weave is a little tricky, so you want to cut off the ends you don't want and then put it through the core layers, and you would want to put it in and start your weave. But you want to make sure you sew the shiny side and not the dull side.
Give it to me like
Lauhala weaving was part of the Hawaiians' way of life, and it was used to make sleeping mats and floor mats and inside their house construction, their hale. It was transformed today into smaller objects such as bracelets, hats, and small baskets. It's time to take off the tape and cut off sections of the bracelet so that it doesn't kink anymore. Then I will continue to weave over it by overlapping the sections that were cut. is essential that you can get it over how you have first started out, and then you will weave it under and through and cut off it at the end. And here you see me trying to finish the end, and I really struggle to do this weave, and finally I completed it with a cut, and voila, here is my masterpiece. Thank you, Miss Tamara, for my new botanical garden, my family for helping me through this project, and thank you for watching.